So why we're here to raise capital? So we already know we need to do this to do more deals, to do bigger deals. We're leveraging it, and we're able to take our business to the next level. It allows us to move with speed. We're not having to go into underwriting. We don't need an appraisal. We don't need to pay points. We don't have to pay monthly interest payments. We can pay it all back at the end. However we want to set it up, the world is our oyster to set up the deals how we want to, so we can have those favorable terms. We don't have to go and have a credit report. And it allows us to scale faster and move with speed, because success loves speed. So how to get started? You got to get in, you got to get the information. I've talked about it in a couple different ways, roundabout ways, but you got to get the information. Doing what you're doing right now is a great way to get the information. Continue to sharpen the axe. Get smarter and smarter and educate yourself. Go to conferences. Go to meetups. If you don't have a meetup, start your own. If there's no meetups around you, start your own meetup. Become the expert. Become the person, the go-to person and individual that people think about when they think about investing in real estate. Mentorship goes without speaking. That's the cheat code with being able to go faster, is to leverage somebody else's wisdom, experience, to be able to help you get to where you want to go. It allows you to lean on their experience, because now you're an extension of their team. And now you can leverage their experience when you're having a conversation. It's like, hey, yep, my team has done X, Y, Z experience, where it's not just you. And it allows you to get there a whole lot faster. And then mastermind groups is a great way as well. At the end of the day, most Americans have a misunderstanding, misconception when it comes to investing their money. They just don't know. A lot of them don't even know what they're investing in the stock market. They couldn't tell you the name of, Joe Blow or the CEO of any company that they're in. Or they may not even be investing. And so the more that you educate yourself, it allows you to separate yourself and become that person, to be that go-to person. And when you become that go-to person, the money is going to find you. If you're out here, you're doing deals, you're being successful, and you're helping people and you're providing value, because with all this stuff, when you're talking to private investors, you got to think about it. It's not about you and your deal. It's about them. And you got to put yourself in their shoes. What do they care about? What's keeping them up at night? They're paying too much in taxes. They're working too hard. The only way they're going to get out of that cycle, get out of the rat race, they got to become an investor. They got to invest with you to build passive income so they can get their life back, to get the time back to travel. That you got to think through when you're having those conversations with these people. You don't talk about the money and the investing in the money. You got to talk to them about the experience. What's on the other side of the money? What is the money going to empower in their lives to walk away from, to get their relationships back with the kids, to get the time back, to reduce the stress, to get their health back by investing with you, because now they're able to buy their freedom. And you're able to, more and more, you're able to convey that, the benefits of investing in real estate and how it's going to empower their lives. The more and more people they're going to show favor on you, going to invest with you. So different ways to get there. Podcast is a great way. You can be on podcast sharing your story, because guess what? They got an audience, and now you can leverage their audience to get your message out there, to get your brand out there, to let people know what it is that you're out there doing. You can start your own podcast and become an authority and bring other guests in. Because think about it. One way to position yourself, and I'm kind of spitballing this now, but think about if you had a podcast and your avatar is IT professionals. Now, or we say Houston, we're going to say oil and gas professionals. There's a lot of them around here. Think about if you had a platform of podcast where you talk to oil and gas professionals about that invest in real estate. Now, boom. One, you're growing your network, because guess what? If you have one guest a week, now you know 52 individuals that's in oil and gas investing in real estate that's been on your show, that now you've built a relationship with, that you can reach out to there in your network. And now more and more people are listening to you. You're the authority about oil and gas folks, because you work in oil and gas that's investing in real estate. You're the expert now. So that's how this can happen really, really quick, with being able to get your story out there, sharing it. Write a book. Write an ebook. It's simple. It's, put together. It's just as simple as you going in, recording yourself with an app like Otter, and have 7 questions laid out. hey, the 7 ways to get over not taking action in real estate. And ask yourself 7 questions. Answer the questions, record it, send it to an editor on Fiverr. They'll put a manuscript together. Now put some visual aids in there. You got an ebook just like that you just recorded yourself. You didn't have to sit down and type it out or anything. It's just different ways that you can go through. But the podcast, I'm gonna give you some great podcasts. You can take a picture of this. I'll build it all the way out. That I think if you're interested in multifamily, that would be great to listen to. Books as well, of course, check mine out. You got that one, No Excuse. You can start reading that on the way home. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I talked about that one. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. The Due Diligence Handbook for Commercial Real Estate, Brian Hennessy. And How to Legally Raise Private Money, Kim Lisa Taylor. That's the one I used to put my deal together. I had never done multifamily before. Never put a JV together with multiple people. And I read her book. I was like, hey, I don't have to give all my equity up. I can just raise debt and pay them off in 2 years and keep the equity in and go and build generational wealth. And so that's the thing that you want to be able to do is continue to learn and continue to move forward. Networking. Your network is your net worth. We've heard that one countless times. So conferences and meetups, how do you go? The best way to build up your network is go live. Think about it. How's the experience been? Have you guys had a great experience these last 4 days? Yeah. It's nothing like it. You can't replicate this on YouTube or, a live, a webinar that is, you're still locked in, your kids, you're still trying to, everything is happening around you. So it's hard to really tap in and be completely locked in what's going on. But like when you go to an event, always have an agenda like, hey, this is the one thing I'm going into this meeting tonight. This meetup that's happening on Thursday, I'm like, hey, I need to meet somebody that's good at marketing. I got to meet somebody with a deal. I got to meet somebody that's looking to invest. Like go in being intentional when you go in the room on like what it is that you're looking for and go get it. And so that's one of the things that that you got to definitely do. And so there is an artwork. There is some different ways to go through there. But guess what? People go to meetups to learn new marketing techniques, to kind of to hone those skills, get market insight. You might have movers and shakers that's in the Houston area that, realtors or brokers or somebody that has a meetup that's talking about, hey, this is what's going on in the market. You're getting more market insight. What businesses are coming here? Where are they building new schools at? What are the other economic indicators that's happening and people are talking about? The city council meeting. They're making decisions. They might have grants, might be having money that they got from the government in order to gentrify a certain area, to rebuild a certain area, that they're looking for minority companies that they want to give those contracts to do that, because that's a big thing right now. Process and operations information. You learn what other people are doing. You may have somebody present that's talking about how they did a big deal, and they're walking through the whole process, and they're giving you the insight, the lessons learned that they have from going through that experience. You may learn about other networking events by going to a networking event. They're like, yeah, we're going to this one next month or next week. These oil and gas guys are coming over here. They having a big conference just talking about what's the next new technology that's coming into Houston. And so being able to go, you learn about so many different things. You get new ideas. Anybody in here got a new idea from just being here in the room the last 4 days? It's amazing being around like-minded people. Like you get ideas about like, hey, you start thinking different. You start moving different. It's like, man, I can put this, and this together with what I'm doing. And now sprinkle this pixie dust on here. It's like, man, it's on. I'm about to create a unicorn in here. You're going to be riding down the street. Like, hold on, where the hell did you get a unicorn from riding down the middle of the street? But that's the thing, like being in the room that you're going to have new ideas and new thoughts that are going to drive you to new levels that you didn't even think about. Because I could tell you, like my life would have never thought that I'd be right here on this stage right now talking to you. Never even crossed my mind as a potential possibility. Because I had limited beliefs. I had a box around what I could do and what I was capable of. But eventually you find the right person, you find the right information that breaks you out that box. And when that happens, hey, the world better watch out. And that's what you got to realize. New books to read. I gave you some of those. You find new people to meet. They're going to tell you like, hey, you got to know so-and-so. Shakers and movers. Like sometimes some people, like them, they're a connector. Like they're always talking. They know everybody. They're making connections like, hey, you got to meet so-and-so. Y'all a jive. He's like, you got the same vision. You got the same mindset. Y'all got to have a conversation and make connections. So how do you show up? Well, actually, that's the next slide. Sorry. So who goes to these meetings? What are you? Let's go, let's go. This side got it. I didn't even hear nobody on this side. Oh, they may have been over here writing. But investors, they go to me and they come to events just like this. Commercial brokers. There's meetups where commercial brokers are in the room, where they're talking about deals. They're presenting their deals. Real estate operators, just like you. We're operators. We're finding deals. We're making it happen. We're in the streets. We're in the trenches. We're in the mud. Like we're in different rooms like this. Underwriters, people that's looking at deals, underwriting deals, people that got money that's trying to move money, they got to underwrite. They got to analyze and see, what are we doing? What are we getting into? Wholesalers, they got deals. They're out here. There's meetups with rooms that they're in. You need to be in some of these rooms. Dr. Joel, he's not here today, but he got his deal from a wholesaler at a meetup. In the room. People who can refer you to investors to you. People that don't even know, somebody may refer you that you don't even know, but they know what you do. I've had somebody call me, like, hey, I just had money in my IRA. He got money back in his IRA, and he knew that we were flipping houses. We were in the same mastermind group. I ain't even know him. And the guy, he sends me an email, wants to give me $70,000 to get in my next deal. Hadn't even met me. But it's like letting people know what's going on, then guess what? It's all about that other people know you. Potential business partners in the room. And the more and more you get out there, you can find more and more people that you can align with. Because guess what? It may not be too many people in your family that you can align with. Yeah. Yeah, any of that. Because it's lonely out here. You guys are different. You're different. And that's why it's important for you to find your tribe, because guess what? You may not have been born in your tribe, and that's okay. Because everybody's not going to go. And unfortunately, everybody's not going to make it to the promised land. Statistics is going to say there's probably right now in this room, only 10% of you guys are only going to actually follow through and do what you need to do. That unfortunately, the other 90%, you're going to fall by the wayside. And unfortunately, we don't know who's who. And we got to give ourselves the benefit of the doubt. Don't let it be you. Like, take this information and take action and get in these rooms and have these conversations with these people that you need to go to the next level. Leaders of networking groups, they're out here. So what do you need to do when you show up? You need to show up early. Maximize your time on the ground. Get in there. Read the room. See who's the movers and shakers, who's everybody flocking to. Get a little intel and say, oh, what do they do? What's his business model? Meet the host. Because guess what? The host knows everybody, a lot of people in there. Because guess what? Everybody's going to be coming to the host. Get to know them. See if you can present at the next meetup. Somebody saw me here and sent me a lender back in, I think they're in Annapolis, Maryland. They saw me posting on social media, like, hey, I need a guest speaker. This is coming up Thursday at my networking meetup. Can you do it? It's like, hell yeah, I'll be there. Let me call the wife and see if we can get the babysitter. And then we couldn't get the babysitter. I'm like, all right, well, we all go. Because guess what? It's important for them. I want them to see me on the stage. I'm like, hey, I'm doing all this travel, doing this for y'all. And understand it, but that's the thing. So meet the host, meet people, let people know what you're doing. And don't waste your time. 10-second rule. If you're sitting in a room and you're idle for 10 seconds, you're wrong. You need to be moving to the next person. Go get in a conversation. Butt in and make it happen. So now, like, hey, you go in there. Like, I met 15 new people tonight that I didn't know before I came here. And that's the thing. I love seeing the list going around and having the phone numbers that you guys started. That was clutch. That's how you build your network. Because now, guess what? You got 70, 80 people like, hey, I got a deal I need help with. Let me send it to everybody in the WhatsApp group. And add value. Always lead with value. See how you can add value to somebody else. Because if you help people get what they want, you'll get what you want. I got you. Did we get sound? But that's the other thing with, for as the mastermind side of it. You get to hang out with other like-minded people. So Joel, that 12 unit there with the asset in Montgomery. Come through in Montgomery, which is all part of the community. And since we had him here, I definitely wanted to kind of chat with him and just kind of talk a little bit about your experience with being in the REI Genius community, the mentorship, and just what has kind of you seen as the benefits with just growing and kind of meeting everyone and just you and I getting to know each other more over the last year.
Well, it's been fantastic, John. I really appreciate you inviting me into your community. It's been well worth my time. I had studied real estate for a while before I met you, but I really had not taken action. I had in my mindset that I didn't know enough, didn't have enough money saved to get involved, but being in your real estate mentorship has really opened my eyes to the possibilities, and this is one of them.
No, awesome. I definitely appreciate that. And it's always good to get out here and just getting in the field, seeing real estate, and then being able to come and walk deals and go through properties with like-minded people that you build relationships with. And that's what it's all about in the REI Genius community. So with that, see you guys on another clip, on another episode. If you want to learn more about REI Genius, shoot me a DM, go to our website, johnnylynham.com, and check us out. And we look forward to meeting you in real life and doing deals together. Let's go and let's make some equity happen.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go. That's it. That's the thing. You guys, this is you're going out here, you're meeting people, you're seeing real estate, you're helping each other, you're building a family. Like you're probably sitting next to some people in here that you can do deals with in the community and get together where because you're on this phone, you get a phone in your hand, you could be doing deals anywhere in the United States. You don't have to do it in your backyard. And you may have to call and lean on somebody. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. So anyone here read Think and Grow Rich? Awesome, awesome. If you hadn't, this is another one. I think we had that one on the list. So he talked about the mastermind concept. Like when they say it's nothing new under the sun, there's nothing new under the sun at all. One of the things, the individuals that with the whole premise of his book, he interviewed a lot of successful people. We're talking about like in the 1920s. And so one of the mastermind concept, Andrew Carnegie talked about his success. And so one of the ways that he did, he surrounded himself with other successful people. And the mastermind concept is all about having multiple minds going after one problem to solve it versus one individual trying to figure it out by themselves. And they went into that whole concept. You're using other people's education, experience, and influence to achieve personal objectives. Now we're all coming together for everybody to get the bag. It's just what I showed you with the board of advisors the other day, that the CEOs, that, hey, they got a board of advisors because, hey, it's a mastermind. You're getting people with different experiences, different backgrounds to help solve your problems. And it's no different. This has been around for a long time, but a lot of times you don't know it. You haven't really thought about the concept that you can bring multiple people together to be able to build success. And one of the benefits with it, you get to achieve, you get there faster, you can get there a lot safer, less risk, because now instead of just having your experience and if everybody's in there 40 years old, you got what? If it's 10 people in there, you got 400 years of life experience going to deals, and then if you're aligning with people a little bit further along the journey than you, then you're gonna be in great shape. You can tackle deals, you can tackle challenges, problems that's coming around real estate, the paperwork, the legal side of it. We were talking about deals earlier here, where you're dealing with challenges with title, or being able to sell a property, or being able to buy a property, with being able to know who you need to talk to. How do you get through this process when the bank's trying to stiff arm you? And then you got to call Gene to come in and start talking that slick talk to get them up off you. You got to do that. But guess what? If you didn't know Gene, you'll be sitting there scratching your head like, dang, I couldn't get this deal done, and you just missed out on a $100,000 deal like they just did out in Cali. It's all about knowing and having that information and having that accountability and people that's going to kick you in your rear end when you say you're going to get out here and start marketing to homeowners. You're going to start knocking on doors. That you're going to start making phone calls and you ain't doing it. It's easy just to sit back and not do anything. But that's what you have, that squad. Like with the military, we have that accountability. No man left behind, or I am my brother's keeper. People where somebody's got your back, they got your six. That's all it is with accountability groups out here is building that bond and having that camaraderie where it's that you got people that's going to hold you accountable, and they're going to celebrate you too when you win, and you're going to celebrate them when they win.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Johnny. I was going to say we all need an accountability partner. So even if you don't have a partner here with you today, find someone who's like-minded with you that will give you that encouragement when you're feeling like, okay, today is not my day. Let them lift you up. You got, listen to inspirational people like what's his name? My boy, Eric Thomas. There's several people that, I listen to in the morning, My first person I listen to is my prayers, my spiritual warfare prayers. I remove all the enemy out of my way so that I can see clearly to do what I need to do for that day. And I don't really have too many accountability partners because I'm just that person that knows what I need to do and I go do it. I've been doing it for over 30 years. But everyone needs somebody to talk to at some time and then lift them up.
Yes, yes. Thanks for sharing that. 100%. And then you just build a community, you grow together, and you build trust, you travel together, and you do life with people that you like. You don't have to be miserable. And so that's the thing that really pushed me. It was like, okay, it's lonely out here. It's like, I need to start a community. If I start sharing and helping more people, like now I got more people like me that's doing deals that think like me that I can be around and grow together. And that's what it's all about. We're building community to help you go further. But how do you do it? How do you become credible? How do you attract people to your deals? You're getting the education, you're getting the information. It's like, okay, now how do I start bringing it all together? And I said this multiple times, and I'm going to say it again. People invest with people they know, like, and trust. You need to have experience. You need to have a little bit of social proof, resume, credibility kit. When I show people, it's like, hey, I've done these deals, they were like, okay, well, one, you got experience. Okay, if you're going to tell me you're going to flip a house and you've done it 40, 50 times, it's like, okay, it's highly likely that you're going to be successful at doing it. But now you're able to go through and understand, hey, this is not risky anymore. This person knows what they're doing. They have experience that they can bring to this deal. You have experience. If you haven't done this many deals yet, guess what? You probably have management experience. You probably have some leadership experience that you're bringing in. You probably have experience in other facets of your life that translates to real estate that's going to help you be successful. And you got to think through, kind of write down, go through your resume, see everything that you've done. That it doesn't necessarily have to always be real estate directly that you can lean on. Because you have other experiences where you've been successful in your W-2 job, in other organizations, in your church, leading all kind of different peer groups and things like that, that you can lean on and tell your story on why you're going to be successful with real estate. And being able to tell the story like, hey, I didn't do all these deals, but my coach done all these deals. And like now, he's mentoring me. And so now you're able to lean on their experience in order to bring in investors, to give them that ease and let them know, hey, we got you. We know what we're doing. And just being able to continue to show that progress. Share it. Let people know it. Put it out there. Let people know what you're doing. So now they know, hey, when I want to diversify and I see the late night ad about real estate, it's like, oh, so-and-so's he's doing that. Let me go give them a call. Let me call Bill. Bill's doing deals. He was down there in Houston, went down and got all that game. And now he's just running down the street, just pixie dust everywhere. And that's how it goes. But we got to leverage technology. When you go on my Facebook page, that's what you see up top. Helping veterans, retirees, and busy professionals build passive income with multifamily real estate. That's what I do. When I go out here and walk and somebody's like, hey, what's your shirt? What do you do? I help veterans, retirees, busy professionals build passive income with real estate. And then I just listen. I just stop. I don't say nothing else. Like, do you like money? Do you like buying your time back? Are you investing? Why not? Why are you not investing in real estate? And then you go into the conversation. You need to have your statement. You got to let people know what it is that you do. Who you help. People in pre-foreclosure. People facing challenges that have real estate at the center of them. Figure out what your statement is. Your power statement, because this is going to be important. When you go into these rooms and network, you got to let people know. And your profile, if you're serious about it, your profile needs to scream real estate. When you go through it. When they go through the different parts of your intro. Hey, what's important to you? Hey, I'm a husband, father, real estate investor, coach, mentor, Air Force officer, and there's my website. So it's like if you didn't know me, it's like, okay, everything that's important to me, everything I stand for is going to be right there up front. And then I'm going to post something that's important. I'm going to pin it to the top right there. Pin post, hey, boom, how to break the money code. That's coming up and what we're doing. And so think about these things with your profile. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is super powerful. When you go on to Google and Google your name, see what comes up. YouTube, LinkedIn, your website. Those are the things where you need to have experience, because guess what? These people are going to do their background check. They're going to do a little due diligence and verify you. So you want to have as much credibility out there for you that's going to help you ease that transition of bringing them on as an investor. Because a lot of times they're going to date you before they go in and get married with you in business. They're going to date you, look around and see what you got going on and do a little discovery. And so the same thing with LinkedIn, that you want to be consistent. When they go on, they're like, hey, what is this person doing? You want to be clear what you're doing, what you're helping, and people will reach out to you. And like now with LinkedIn, you can just have right there where they can go book an appointment with you, and people just fill up your appointment like, hey, I saw your profile. You know, I don't know you and stuff, but I want to get in real estate investing, or I got this situation going on. I got money. How can I tap into my equity to be able to get this deal done? And that's the thing that you want to be able to do, is to just be able to go in and let people know without you even have to be involved on what it is that you're doing in real estate, and shed that secret identity and let people know what it is that you're out here doing, change your lives. You need to have a resume. When somebody says, hey, yep, can you come do or speak at this engagement, you want to have your resume ready to go, have your experience and your bio laid out where you can have it on a Google Drive and just send a link to them, and they can just have their way and kind of send it wherever they need to. But you want to be able to have your personal brand, have your business card, have your logo, have your website, your business email, your signature block, your email signature block, and your social media. You want to have all those things kind of speaking to people for real estate, letting everybody know, letting the world know what it is that you're doing. How can you add value to their lives? And letting that out there, because guess what? Now everybody sees it, everybody knows you. And when they think about a real estate investor, they think about you. You can start with family and friends. We talked about this with some of the questions that came out earlier. Associations, networking events, social media. And you don't even know them yet. You'll see it. You could walk in this room just like that wealth conference over there. You walk in there and you was like, oh yeah, what are y'all talking about real estate? Well, let me tell you, let me come in. Then you're talking to one person. Oh, here's the owner of the company. Like, yeah, can you come talk to the whole group over here for 15 minutes, tell them what y'all talking about with real estate? And now, next thing now, you got a whole nother platform that you didn't even think about just from being in the proximity. And so you don't know. So just be out there, live on purpose, and know that everything is going to align and help you accomplish everything that you want to do. Different ways that you can educate investors. I told you they don't know how to invest. They don't know what they're doing. They need the information. The ways that you can educate them, you can have a monthly newsletter. You can get on phone calls with investors, just like you saw on my LinkedIn, book an appointment. You can book an appointment to talk real estate. You can use that, put that on your profile, and let people can come on and book an appointment with you. You can send them emails. You can let them know, hey, these are the deals that I'm looking. Even if you hadn't done a deal, like, hey, these are the areas that we're looking in the deals. This is why we're looking in this area. Hey, this company just came here in town. Just think about information that will help them get educated on why the market is doing what it's doing, even if you don't have a deal. Or maybe put a sample deal like, hey, this is a deal that I underwrote that we didn't get, but if we get one, it's going to look like this. Would you be interested in investing in something like this? Get them warmed up. Keep them warmed up. Because when you're ready to go to the deal, you want your money partners ready. You want them excited. When you send that email and say, hey, I just got this deal under contract, you want to fight like, hey, I want to get in. The best feeling in the world is to say, hey, yeah, man, you know what? We already got all our money raised on this deal. You're going to have to get on the next one. I'm going to put you on the waiting list in case somebody don't break out. Or to send that email to your whole list like, oh, yep, we full 2 days in. We got fully subscribed. Get on the next one. Yes. Yes, you got to. You can do webinars to educate your people, emails, and you can put on workshops. These are just different ways where you can get in front of people and it just screams, hey, I'm the expert. Who here wants to be on my monthly newsletter list? There you go. That QR code right there. And you can sign up, create your account on the portal. But yeah, you want to do things like that where it's like, hey, get people to just do a simple post. You don't know who's just been silent on your social media profile. And you just do a simple post of like, hey, who wants to come to my real estate webinar? And then the next thing you know, you got 50 comments. People just been waiting. But guess what? You've been scared to post and tell people that you're in real estate. You got all these people that may be looking at you in your whole network that's saying, yeah, they're just screaming for opportunity. They don't know who to turn to. And you're right there. So you got a lot of opportunity out here where you just got to put yourself out there and be uncomfortable. Say it with confidence. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No, people love confidence. Who wants to invest with somebody that's not confident? You're not confident in yourself. I'm sure in the hell not going to be confident in you. And so that's the thing that you got to realize. There's different ways that you can go through and educate your investors. But just figure out one or two that work for you and work for your style, and then just go for it. Like here, I'm going to just go through this presentation here. So this is like one of my first kind of briefings that I did, presentations on like putting a deal together. So, hey, I started with my company name, Operation Restore, veteran-owned company. We assist homeowners looking to sell their home without using a real estate agent. Most people, they hate agents. They hate paying fees. So when you say, hey, you ain't got to use no agent, we going to find the house, we renovate it, we sell, rent it, you and your IRA get paid. So right now I'm talking to my investors like, hey, I'm going to make you money. I'm here to make you money. I tell them my story, where I'm from. I got my picture of my uniform because like, that's me. You're getting a veteran. You're getting active duty military. I'm bringing all those experiences that I've had in my life to these deals. Tell your story. Let people know what you've done, where you've been, what you've been through, and how you're showing up, and how that can help serve them. Give them the vision for your company. What are you doing? We assist homeowners facing difficult situations find a way out. We help our investors take back control of their lives. Retirement goals exceeded, taxes reduced or totally eliminated, freedom to enjoy life. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to pay less in taxes, and who doesn't want to enjoy their life? It's like we're speaking to them. And then now we hit them with the credibility. Hey, these are deals that I've done. Or these are deals that we're doing. Or these are deals that my team, other people in my network have done. And show it to them. And keep showing it to them. And let them know, hey, this is what we're doing. We're keeping some of these. Operation Port City, that was my first Subject 2 deal I done back in 2019. December 18, I'm sorry, with that. But let them know what you're doing. And now you present it out there like, okay, you're doing these, you're getting the profit, you're paying your investors. And let them know, hey, you can invest in this. I can help you get money too. And just share. Keep that tally of the deals that you've done, the transactions, the totals, the amounts, and all that stuff, and put it out there and let people know. So now you have that proof, that social proof, that now that's going to attract people. That's going to bring people into your atmosphere, your sphere of influence, and it's going to continue to grow. And put that out there. Now you got that credibility that you can stand on with any investors. So when you go out here and you stand up and start your $100 million fund, it's built on rock. It's not built on sand. Because you battle tested. You've been out here knocking on the doors, making the phone calls, and doing the work. And now you're able to go and step into these different rooms and go in and share with people are like, hey, this is what I can do for your money. This is how I can help you build wealth. And this is why I know I can do it. And just be over document. Take pictures. You know, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Just you in the house, the credibility. That's just like me and Dr. Joel. It was a great opportunity. We were walking together, and I had the videographer with me. Unfortunately, I didn't have him with me last week, but it's like, if I ever go to the property, I'm going to find a videographer that's going to be there with me and pay him $500, $600 to document and cover it and have it. Just whereas now, as I'm raising money for private investors, it's like, okay, he's in the assets, he's doing it, he's walking it, and right there with it and everything. Now they can see it and touch it. It's tangible, it's believable, versus just me saying, oh, yep, I own these apartments and everything. It's like, well, I don't ever see you in no apartments. I don't ever see you with no contractors. Or that's the thing that you want to do, is continue to always build up that social proof, take advantage of the opportunities where now you can show and bring that out there, the information out there to people. And then just let them know, like, hey, this is what we're doing. We got another project coming up. We're raising $60,000. I'm going to give you a 10% return on your money. It's going to be used. It's going to take 6 months. It may take a little bit longer, but we're planning 6 months, and we'll pay you your principal and interest back at the end. And then now I was having a conversation. Like, you don't even have to talk after that. And then you let them know, hey, this is why this is important to me, but to you. You're the bank. You got a 6-month mortgage note. You're going to be paid first at closing. No risk of property ownership. Lionel Enterprises does all the work and management. You and your IRA are 100% passive. Guess what? Stock market is down 34% right now, bro. It's March 23rd, 2020. COVID just kicked off. And use your IRA to invest. No taxes on the profit.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us don't have our portfolios built out like that. So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Is this ethical? I have a brother that's a GC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for you guys who don't know what a GC is, a general contractor.
Right.
My brother's portfolio is crazy. So if I partner with my brother, can I use his portfolio?
Yeah.
Thank
Tell
you.
me, y'all a team,
So
right?
now, yeah, absolutely. So now we take his pictures, guys, or one of your family members or close friends, you partner with them, even if you haven't done a money deal with them. You could partner with them by words and say, hey, listen, I want to build out my portfolio and I want to add you to it because when I get these houses, I'm going to use you as my contractor. Hello?
There you go. Hey, did the backup quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs get a ring? How many touchdowns did he throw? He's on the team. So yeah, so let people know about the team, and then you let them know why. Why are you doing it? Change your lives one house at a time. We're making a difference. We're traveling. We're letting the parents to be able to give our parents a better life, our kids a better life, having different experiences. That's what it's all about. And then you give them your contact information. Some more social proof. Take a picture with your clients. When you close deals, you help them change people's lives. Take a picture with them. Document it. Let people know what you're out here doing. And then let them know how they can contact you. And then let them see other people that's bragging on you. When you're getting reviews on the Better Business Bureau for your company, there are other people are saying, hey, you're a great dude. You helped change my life. You helped take me out of pre-foreclosure. Capture those reviews. Follow up. Don't be afraid to send like a thank you note, a handwritten thank you note, or some kind of token. Because guess what? Now they're going to be your biggest fan. They're going to go tell other people about you, bring you more business from referrals. So we talked about the investment plan. So this is the investment plan I put together when I got the first apartment that I sent to the bank, to the credit union. So I laid out my mission statement. Hey, we're leveraging this vehicle with real estate investing to build wealth for my family and creating a safe and comfortable place to live for our residents. We talked about our strategy. We're looking to buy small to moderate size C, B class properties. We're gonna manage. We're gonna operate as a general partner. We're gonna look for different markets: Panama City, Destin, Orlando, Mobile, Daphne, Birmingham, Huntsville, markets that I knew. And I laid out the criteria like, hey, we're looking 70-80% loan to value and all that. And then the acquisition marketing plan. So you want to talk about, hey, how are you going to find the plans? And let them know, hey, I'm doing direct to owner marketing. I'm talking to brokers, and we're doing all these things to do. We're looking for people via direct mail that's owned for at least 10 years. And we're going to get them on the phone. We're going to send text messages, letting all the bank like, dang, you laid it out like, yeah, hey, that's what we're doing. I want you to let you know that I'm not playing, that we serious about this. Finance. Hey, we're looking to bring debt to the table. We're going to raise some private capital as well, too. Value add strategy. And that was an interesting one. So when I told my banker at the credit union, I was like, hey, do I need to bring all this money myself? He was like, no, as long as you have 5% out of your pocket, I don't care how you get the other 15%. It was like, okay, perfect, cool. I'm like, hey, let me go raise part of this money where I'm not going all in and taking all my fix and flip capital and going illiquid trying to go all in on the down payment. That I can bring people along and I don't have all my money tied up in there, but I got the majority of my money in the asset. And I own the majority of it. And so you want to be able to go through, understand how the finance is going to work with it. And then the value add strategy. I let them know, hey, this is our competitive advantage. This is how we're doing these deals and how we're going to be profitable. And then this is the exit strategy that we're looking to hold it long term. And my team and systems. We will structure our team per acquisition, team roles, on-site property management, maintenance from a general partner property management firm, or a contracted firm as well as a CPA, lawyer, and asset manager. All these people are going to help us be successful, Mr. Banker, and why you should give me money. Deal package. So this is what I put together for the deal. I had a picture, the address. I talked about, hey, put the disclaimer up front. It's not a solicitation to purchase securities. Put that on there. And then we went into it. So we talked about the project, gave them an overview of the unit, the purchase price, how many, the features of it, you know, the components of it, the stucco, all that stuff, what type of piping it had, the wiring, just all the information that we knew about the property. The different amenities that we had, and then we gave, hey, this is what we're looking to do for us, the financing with the acquisition, to understand, hey, these are the terms that we're looking to get from the bank, Mr. Investor. And hey, this is the rent roll. This is what it currently looks like. So we let them know, hey, this is what the rent payment is right now, security deposits, the vacancy, you can see all that stuff, when the leases expire. And we made it look real nice because this is what we got from the owner. And but you can see, hey, people, yeah, they'll take that. But I made it pretty and put it in there for the investors. But that's how we got it. And then you put your calculator together like, hey, this is why I know this is gonna be a good deal. We did our underwriting, we purchase price, this is the upside we can get with future rents, and from there, what our mortgage payment will be, closing costs, and we projected, hey, we're gonna get a cash return, 10% cash on cash return. Our debt coverage ratio is 1.33. The bank wants us to be at least at 1.25, so we're gonna be in good shape.
I have
Question?
Lorraine from the virtual asking if that was a DSCR loan from one of the
No. So they underwrote the deal, they underwrote me. But the thing with like the deal, you don't have to have perfect credit with the commercial deal because the asset is what they're really primarily looking at. And you just need to have somebody on the team needs to have experience. So if not you, it could be a partner.
So your experience, not so much on your credit, got to be something.
Right.
Not so much.
Yeah, the credit requirement, you need to at least have a 650.
In your liquid assets, you have to have a certain amount of liquid assets.
Some, but they didn't even ask for like bank accounts and statements and none of that. Yep. Because we had a relationship. And that's the biggest thing. Like, go and talk to these bankers and stuff before you need them. You don't want to go in there and try to build a relationship when you need something. That you want to build up that equity with them over time before you need them and build that relationship up. And then here, the second position that we'll see, hey, on the exit, what we're looking at, that we're looking at a 19% cash on cash return after we go in and execute the business plan, raise the rents and all that stuff, and kind of show them what the upside is. And then the promissory notes we talked about, fill in the blank, the percentage, like, hey, invest $30,000 with the interest in amount of 17%, over the next 2 years with your principal. And hey, after 2 years, you're gonna make 34% return on it. You had an address in there, and then I guaranteed it and signed it. And just kind of lay out, hey, if you made a $150,000 investment, there you go, just took the screenshot from Excel and laid it out what that would look like in the deal. And then let them know the whole period, and then the distributions upon acquisition, just kind of like, hey, this is when you're gonna get paid, and lay it all out.
Is that for the investors?
Yes, that's for your investors. And and it's the same thing for a 40-unit deal. And like this was one that the wholesaler was actually shopping around as executive summary for the deal, but it gives the highlights. You talk about the offering memorandum there on the right, throw in the pictures, the layout for the 40 units, 24 one-bedrooms, 16 two-bedrooms, the square footage, what the current rents are, and just lay that out. And like, okay, now the rent trends. This is what you can get in this market. Average square foot is 1,000 square foot for a two-bedroom, and the average rent is $1,019. And we just said, right now they're only charging $595 to $600 for a two-bedroom. And you're saying that the market is $1,000. Like, okay, that's a $500 spread. That's a pretty good deal. And so now you're just going through like the total income, with where in the projected income, where you can go and lay that out. And then just the total buying cost, purchase price, closing costs, CapEx. He was shopping the deal for $2.7 million. We bought it for $1.925. Lay out the LTV, the potential debt, the loan, and everything. And so he laid all this out. I was like, he like 2.7. I'm like, man, this guy crazy. I'm like, we're not paying, less than a 6 cap in that area. And so when we started poking and asking questions and everything, it's like, oh yeah, I just put this together. I didn't have it under contract. And, was going to try to reach out to the owner if he could get some interest, somebody was interested in it. And so I'm like, okay, well, cool. Well, let's go reach out to them and see if they actually sell, because it's a quality asset. Yep, go ahead.
You're using that terminology, cap rate.
Yep, the capitalization rate. So assuming the no debt's paid, it's the capitalization rate is the return that investors are paying or receiving for making a cash transaction or cash purchase in that market. So when we talked about a little bit about like, hey, downtown Atlanta, you may be getting like a 4 or 5% cap rate, a super low cap rate for new construction. Whereas that if you're in the bad side of town, you may be getting a 12% cap rate when you're buying something, because it's just a way to compare to like and similar assets in that area. And so it's a risk premium. So there's lower risk with a brand new building, so the cap rate is lower. There's higher risk with like an older building in the wrong side of town. And so people, the investors are looking for a higher return on their money because it's more riskier in that area. And so, yep, 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 exactly.
Johnny, what kind of clause is in there for people, let's say that the contractors don't finish the rehab on time, but,
Yeah.
you know, we've already made a schedule to start.
Yeah, you need to just lay that out up front in your statement of work and just talk about that and get that agreement up front. And then you want to talk about the area, let the investors know, hey, what's going on in the area, why you want to invest there. And then you can put an email together and capture it all, send it to them, talk about, hey, the deal summary, summarize it, and put it all together where you can lay it out for them.
There's a question from online. Was that loan at DSCR?
No, with that one, no, it was an investment bank. It was a bridge loan, 18-month loan that we did, and we ended up putting 30% down on that one and raising the money together. Yep. So yeah, as we wrap up, was this beneficial, y'all? It was good? Okay, okay. Continue to dig in. That, hey, keep that millionaire mindset, find your circle, build your brand, network, build relationships, continue to learn, and take action. And that's the big thing, that you guys can do this. You can get out here and raise capital, you can do the deals, and you just got to keep moving forward. You got to continue to take action.